Yes people, what's going on, and welcome back to another video on the channel. And here is the big one, the one that only comes round once a year. It's Premier League table predictions and all that good stuff. And yeah, I like doing this video because obviously you look back and you think, how the hell did I predict that? Why did I think they would do that, etc, etc. So yeah, make sure you stick around to see who I put as champions, relegation and even European places. And yeah, for sure it's going to be an interesting season. Obviously, last night, Chelsea Super Cup winners. If you haven't seen that video, make sure you go and watch it. Good video, and obviously includes the penalty shootout. So yeah, stick around to see who I predict as champions this season. Come on. So let's kickstart it. So obviously I'm going to go 20 to first, and the first team who are going to get relegated, coming last, will be Watford. Obviously, we all have Ben Foster in his vlogs, but I can see them losing a lot of games this season. I just don't... They have a lot of players, but not enough depth for me. So, and I just don't think they're going to score many goals. Troy Deeney aging. They've got a young attack, but I just don't think it'll be enough. Watford are going straight back down in 20th position. In 19th position, I've gone with Norwich. 19th for Norwich. Yeah, pretty simple one. I think they're going to get relegated straight away. Like, I just can't see them scoring enough goals. They just go up and down every year. They haven't really improved. They've got rid of Buendia, their best player. So yeah, I don't give them much hope. But I just think they may snatch a few more points than Watford will. And that's the reason why I'm putting him in 19th. Also, ignore my dog. He's learning to bark and he's just being a pain in the backside. But yeah, let's move on to 18th. Okay, so for 18th position, I've gone with Crystal Palace. I just don't think Vieira's... Oh, Lenny! Oh, mate, my dog's being a nightmare. But yeah, 18th, I've gone with Crystal Palace. I just don't think they're going to have enough in their locker to be able to... what are we doing? Yeah, have enough in their locker to be able to survive. I just think Vieira's so overrated. So many teams he's been at in lower leagues and just not proving it. So I don't really get an appointment. I think he's going to get sacked quite early on. And Palace will just overall struggle. Eze's a massive loss. He will be out for a while. So yeah, I just think Palace 18th. And I think I said that last year and they did all right in the end. But yeah, I just think they're going to miss Roy Hodgson more than they expected. So yeah, Palace in 18th. Okay, so for 17th position, I've gone with Brentford. I think they're going to be the only surviving team that have come up this season. And yeah, I just think maybe they might just have enough. I like the way they play. I respect Brentford. And yeah, I think they'll give Arsenal a good game in the first game of their Premier League existence. So yeah, I think Brentford might just survive. They've got some decent players in their ranks. If Tony can bang in a few goals, they've got a good chance. But it'll be very close between them bottom four. But they're my favourites to survive out of the promoted teams. So let's move on. Okay, so for 16th, it's always the overachieving Burnley. They never spend any money. They always just manage to do enough. Sean Dyche obviously gets good credit and good praise. But yeah, I think they're going to struggle more than they did last year. And... everyone always tips them to go down, but I just can see them finishing 16th and just surviving relegation, but have enough with the goals up front they have, and they obviously have a good defence with Sean Dyche. So yeah, let's see what happens. But 16th for Burnley for me. All right, so in 15th, I've gone for Newcastle United, and Steve Bruce's side haven't really strengthened this window, and I can't see him pushing on any more. Obviously, massive. Well, plus is the signing of Joe Willock on a permanent deal. Obviously, really good season for him last year and pretty much got Newcastle to survive. So, yeah, I've gone with Newcastle 15th and Joe Willock to have a big impact. Obviously, Callum Wilson coming back is a massive positive. And if they can keep him fit, I'm sure he'll score enough goals to keep them in the league. And yeah, 15th for Newcastle for me. 14th position, I've gone with Brighton. And obviously, you've got to respect Brighton. Yeah. Under Graham Potter, he's built them into a decent player in that team. But I think a massive loss for them is Ben White. And at the moment of time recording this, they haven't bought anyone to replace him in any way. And yeah, they just lack goals up front. They have obviously a really good defence. But yeah, going forward, they just don't score enough goals. And I think they'll struggle again. But just have enough. They'll get the grind out a few points here and there. And just have enough to be able to survive another season in the Premier League. Lenny. Alright, so for 13th position, I've gone with Brighton, South Coast rivals, Southampton. Yeah, losing Danny Ings is a massive negative, but obviously it bolsters Villa. And you have to wait to see where I put Villa in the table. But yeah, losing Danny Ings obviously a massive factor. I believe they're buying Adam Armstrong from Blackburn. That's a really decent signing. He was really good in the Championship last season. And he will score them goals. And they need Che Adams to really step up this season. Otherwise, it could be a long season for the Saints, couldn't it? But yeah, I just think they're going to have enough. Yeah, 13th. Them positions from like 12th to like 16th, they're just like, they could like fluctuate anywhere. They could be anywhere. You can't like predict like precisely where they will be. But yeah, Southampton to finish 13th for me. Let's move on. Okay, so in 12th position, I've gone with Wolverhampton Wanderers. I think obviously a massive bonus is Raul Jimenez coming back into their lineup, and hopefully he can stay fit, because I really like Raul Jimenez as a player. And yeah, it's obviously horrible what happened last year to him. So yeah, hopefully he can be fit and back and firing for Wolves, as we like to see. But well, as Wolves fan like to see, should I rephrase that statement? But yeah, obviously losing Nuno, I'm not sure, like, will it impact him in a negative way, maybe? But apparently this new coach they got in called Legue or something. Yeah, apparently done really well in the Portuguese league with Benfica. So we'll have to see what happens. And I do believe there'll just be about 12, yeah, good players, but not pushing Europe, not getting relegated in that middle. Alright, so in 11th position, I've gone with Aston Villa, finishing 11th, just missing out on the top 10 finish, or top half finish, should I say. I believe that Jack Grealish will, well, obviously losing Jack Grealish will impact him in a really negative way. I don't think they're going to be anywhere near relegation, but I don't think they're going to be as high as some people I expect them to be. Obviously, they've signed some good players like Emi Buendia, Leon Bailey, Tuan Zabi. Obviously, Danny Ings will get them goals, but I just think Grealish is such a massive impact to that Villa side, and I think they might struggle to adapt. And yeah, for that reason, they're going 11th for me, but I could be proven wrong. They could push on to Europe, but I just don't think it. I think Grealish going is a massive, massive loss, like more than a lot of people think. Alright, so in 10th position, finishing in the top half, I've gone with West Ham United. I don't think they're going to do as well as they did last year, but they still have a decent season. And yeah, top 10 finish for David Moyes' side. Nearly got Champions League football last year, just missed out on the final hurdle. But yeah, I think losing Lingard, and if they're not going to sign anyone creative like that, I think they'll struggle. But I do believe Ben Rama will have a good season. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with West Ham. Similar to Villa, like, don't know where they're going to finish, really. But yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, West Ham for 10th. Okay, so in 9th position, I've gone with Everton, and Rafa Benitez, the new Everton manager. Yeah, just finishing the top 10. Every year, Everton get hyped up, and like you think they might actually do something, but they just fail. And yeah, I think the start for Rafa is going to be really interesting, because if they can get off to a good start, and I do believe from memory that they have good fixtures. So yeah, let's see what happens with Everton. And if they do get onto a good start, obviously Everton fans will accept Rafa. But if it gets off to a bad start, then it could turn really toxic at that football club. Lenny, no, but yeah, 9th position for Everton for me. Let's move on. Alright, so up in 8th position, I've gone with Leeds United, and I believe that Marcelo Bielsa's side will have a very decent season. They obviously did very well for their first season last year, but I believe they'll push on. And yeah, they've got some really good players in their ranks, and I can only see Rafinha and players like Patrick Bamford getting even better. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Leeds United, and how they will progress going forward as a club. And they haven't signed many players, but they did buy that Firpo from from Barcelona. So yeah, they needed strengthening in that fullback area, and they've done. And yeah, they've got their man. So let's see what happens with Leeds. But it'll be very, very interesting to see what happens. They could either do really well, or you never know. Second season, they could get relegated. Who knows? But I can't see that happening. I can see the latter of that. But let's move on. Alright, so up in 7th position, I've gone with Leicester. And yeah, Leicester for me, they've missed out on Champions League on 2 occasions in the last 2 seasons, but I don't think they'll be there anywhere near there this season. I think the goals, Vardy started to really decline, didn't he, at the back end of last season, and I think that'll be a massive factor why Leicester will drop off. I can't see him scoring anywhere as many as he has been in the recent seasons, but yeah, Leicester for 7th. If they can keep hold of Maddison, they could maybe push higher, but I think losing for Fine is a massive loss, and yeah, it all depends on what happens with Maddison for me. If he goes to Arsenal, they could struggle, but if he stays, you never know, do you? Let's move on. Okay, in 6th position, I've gone with Spurs, and yeah, 6th for Spurs, Europa League yet again. And yeah, I think they'll struggle with that Conference League. They might struggle to get a balance. Obviously, Nuno, the new manager, we saw him play last week at the Bridge, and yeah, Spurs, it's all on Son for me. Or what happens with Kane, you don't know. If Kane leaves, they could really, really struggle. But if he stays, I feel like they will score goals and have enough to push into that top 6. But can't see him going any higher than that. Ali's an interesting one for me. Can he get back to his best that we saw in 2017 when he was unplayable at times? But yeah, 6th for Spurs for me. All right, so in 5th position, this one may be a surprise to you boys, but I believe Arsenal are going to finish 5th. I think they might have a decent season. I feel like a lot of people do say that every year, but this season I really do think they might do all right. I believe in 2021, Arsenal got the 3rd most points. With Arteta, obviously, a lot of people don't want Arteta in, but I believe he's not that bad of a manager. And if they can sort their defensive record out, they could be in for a decent season. Ben White, obviously, is a massive addition to them. And if they can get a proper goal scorer, because I just don't think Lacazette's going to cut it this year, and a creative midfielder, they might have a chance of pushing into that top 4. But you never know with Arsenal. They're always flaky, aren't they? So we'll see. But yeah, I think they might have a decent season and surprise a few. But yeah, 5th for Arsenal for me. All right, so in 4th position, I've gone with Man United. Yeah, they have a really good team. Don't get me wrong. With the signings of Sancho and Varane, they're very top class signings and get straight into that United side. But I just don't believe with Solskjaer. Honestly, I've said it for so long. I just can't see him winning anything with that man. I believe managers have such a massive impact on a side, more than a lot of people do. And you don't always have to have the best player, but it's all about if you can have the right manager. Chelsea proving it with the Champions League win. We didn't have, obviously, the strongest team, but Tuchel come in, massive impact. And yeah, I just can't see the impact with Solskjaer. Do you know what I mean? It's been quite a while now, and they are progressing as a club, but on the results, they're so flaky. 1 minute they'll win 6 games in a row. Next they'll lose 5 in a row at home. And obviously their away record was really good last season. And if they can continue that over, they won't be a problem for top 4. But I just can't see them competing for the league at all in the slightest. So yeah, 4th for Man United. All right, so in 3rd position, I've gone with Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp's side to finish 3rd. Yeah, mainly because they haven't really improved their side. They've had their side for so long, and yeah, they've got Jota coming back, who obviously missed a large part of last season. They've signed Konate, but do they really improve Liverpool and going to make them title contenders? I don't think they will. It's all on Salah and Mane for me. Obviously, if Firmino has a good season, then it's all with buts and maybes. But yeah, 3rd for Liverpool for me. I think they're going to struggle more than they have previously, and yeah. They might go on a Champions League run because they're good in that competition, obviously. But yeah, 3rd for Liverpool for me. Okay, so we're down to our final 2 positions. And I'm going to do my champions right here, right now. The team that I believe are going to win the 2021-22 season are Man City. Man City, you can't look past them. They're going to win the league. If they sign Kane, they're going to win the league by about 30 points, honestly. I want to back my boys Chelsea, but we can't compete with Man City. They're just so consistent. Such a good team. They've got about 20 world-class players, and it could be 21 with Harry Kane. So, yeah, Man City to win the league for me. Simple as that. I think a lot of people in agreement. You never know with us, but I just can't see it. I think Man City are going to win the league. Simple as that. So then obviously that leaves Chelsea to finish second. And yeah, you never know. If we can keep that defensive record with the signing of Romelu Lukaku, if he can score 20 goals, you never know. But I just think Man City are too strong and they'll have too much in the end, because it's obviously a long race, 38 games. And yeah, over time, I just think Man City are going to pick up more points, and that's simple as that. So yeah, Chelsea to finish second, Man City to finish first. Alright, so I'm going to do my accolades, the individual rewards. And yeah, first one I'm going to talk about top goal scorer. I think it's going to be, it's all on whether Kane moves to Spurs, because I think Kane could pick up a lot of these trophies in the title winning Man City side. But top goal scorer, I'm going to go for one of Lukaku, Salah or Kane. I'm going to back Lukaku, but if Kane does move to Man City, it will be him. So yeah, top goal scorer, Romelu Lukaku. For top assister, I believe it's going to be Bruno Fernandes. I think he might struggle first couple of weeks, but he'll pick it up, and yeah, he'll create obviously a lot of chances for the likes of Sancho, Rashford, Cavani, all of them. And yeah, he'll pick up a lot of assists this season. And yeah, Bruno Fernandes to get top assister. And for player of the season, I'm going to go with an interesting one. I'm going to go Raheem Sterling. I just believe he had such a good Euros. If he can continue that form with Man City, he can get the Player of the Season award. And yeah, I'm going to go Raheem Sterling. And for Young Player of the Season, I'm going to go with Phil Foden. Did he win it last year? Yeah, I believe he did. I think he's going to have another exceptional season with Man City. Yeah, Phil Foden to win Young Player of the Season. And the last one to conclude the accolades, I'm going to go with Pep Guardiola as Manager of the Season. And I'm going to put an interesting one out there. Man City could go unbeaten this season. Mark my words. They are dangerous, especially if Harry Kane signs. So yeah, thank you for watching. Obviously, this video only comes around once a year. And I obviously look back on it in 8 months' time when the season comes to an end. And yeah, think, how did I think that? But yeah, that's been Premier League table predictions and all that good jazz. And yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. As I said, this video only comes out once a year. So yeah, thank you for all the support on all the videos as always. And I'll be back tomorrow for Game Week 1 Premier League predictions. Peace.